Imagine never having to scramble for your kids' lunch at 7 a.m. again. I prep once on a Sunday and it covers me for a whole month of school mornings. Hi, I'm Cansu, and in this video you will get a behind-the-scenes look at how I prep for my book 20 Smart Lunchbox Ideas for Busy Parents. I share 20 colorful, balanced lunchbox recipes. But today I'm showing you the magic that happens before the recipes. You will find the book link in the description box. If you are into smart living, tap that follow button, and if you would like to support me, like, comment or share this video. Let's spread the word. This is the batch prep I do once a month in just a few hours on a Sunday, and it saves me over 10 hours during chaotic weekday mornings. Let's dive in. Before we start, make sure you have everything you need. There's a full shopping list in my book. For a balanced lunchbox, we prep grains, dairy and eggs, vegetables, some canned goods, fruits and pantry items. Let's begin with the mince batch. Get comfortable, turn on your favorite music and hydrate, because we will spend some quality time in the kitchen and it should be enjoyable. This batch covers 3 different lunchbox meals. I'm using soy mince, but you can absolutely swap it for lean beef, lentils or even mushrooms, whatever your kid prefers. First, mini meatballs. Chop a handful of parsley and mix it with 1/3 of the mince. Add salt, pepper and cumin. Then mix it all together. Don't be afraid to get your hands messy, though gloves are a good idea if you are using animal products. Roll the mixture into 2 to 3 centimeter balls and bake them on parchment paper at 180 degrees for 20 minutes. Once cooled, freeze them in a Ziploc bag. I will use these for the Mediterranean lunchbox in my book later in the month. Second, bolognese sauce. Chop half an onion and garlic clove. Heat 1 tablespoon of oil in a pan and test the temperature by dropping in a small piece of onion. When it sizzles, it's ready. Saute the onion and garlic in olive oil, then add the mince and some chopped canned tomatoes or tomato paste. If using the paste, don't forget to add half a cup of water. Season with paprika, cumin, salt and pepper. Let it cook until soft and flavorful. I will use this in the pasta party lunchbox in my book. Meanwhile, the meatballs are ready. I take them out of the oven and let them cool. Third, taco mix. Chop 1 large green bell pepper. Remove the white bits, they are a bit bitter. Saute it in a pan with 1 tablespoon of oil. Then add the remaining mince, corn, salt, pepper, cumin and paprika. Or use a taco spice mix if you have one at home. Keep it in the fridge and use it for Taco Tuesday lunchbox that you can find in my book during the week. Next is the chickpea batch. Super affordable, nutritious and again 3 different recipes. First one is hummus. Blend half cup of chickpeas with 1 garlic clove, 1 tablespoon of tahini, juice of half a lemon, 1 tablespoon of olive oil and a pinch of cumin, salt and pepper. Adding a piece of ice while blending makes it extra smooth. Taste and adjust, then store in a sealed jar. It keeps fresh for 5 days. I'll use this in the rainbow, mezze, color pop and crunchy lunchboxes that you can find in my book. Second, chickpea patties. Mash 1 cup of chickpeas with a fork on a flat surface. Grate a carrot and zucchini. Squeeze out excess juice. Add 1 tablespoon of flour and season with smoked paprika, cumin and salt. Shape into patties. Spray the tops with oil and bake at 180 degrees for 20 minutes. These freeze well. I'll use them in the crunchy and rainbow lunchboxes that you can find in my book. Third, chickpea salad base. Chop parsley, some cherry tomatoes, half a cucumber and the leftover green bell pepper. Mix them with half cup of chickpeas and that's it. This goes into the power and Turkish lunchboxes that you can find, guess where? Yeah, in my book. Here is the third batch. Roasted veggies and bakes. This cozy oven batch includes 3 delicious recipes. First, veggie muffins. Grate a carrot and zucchini. Mix with 1 egg, a bit of grated cheese, 3 tablespoons of flour, half teaspoon baking powder and salt. The consistency consistency should be scoopable. Meanwhile, the chickpea patties are ready. Take them out and let them cool. First, they are gonna be a bit soft, but then they will firm up. Don't worry about it. Line muffin tins and fill with batter. Bake at 180 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes. These freeze perfectly and reheat beautifully. I'll use them for the baked love lunchbox that you can find in my book. Second, veggie fritters, or in Turkish, mücver. Grate 1 potato, 1 zucchini and 1 carrot. Mix with 1 egg, 2 tablespoons of flour and salt. Heat a pan with 1 tablespoon of oil and shape the fritters with your hand or a spatula. Fry until golden on both sides. They are crisp outside, soft inside and keep well in the fridge. I will use these in the comfort lunchbox that you can find in my book. Veggie chips. If you have a mandoline, great. If not, just slice your veggies thin with a knife. I used potato and sweet potato, but carrots and zucchini works as well. Place slices on a tray, spray with oil and bake at 160 degrees until crispy. These are a crunchy, healthier alternative to packaged chips. Perfect for the crunchy and colourful lunchboxes that you can find in my book. Let's sweeten things up without added sugar. First, mini pancakes. Blend 1 banana, 1 egg, half cup of oats. The batter is a bit thick, so use a spatula to help mix. Cook spoonfuls in a lightly oiled pan. Store in a squeeze bottle or jar in the fridge for about 9 per batch. They freeze well and go straight into lunchboxes or a toaster. I will use them for the breakfast all day lunchbox that you can find in my book. Meanwhile, flip the veggie chips, spray oil again and return to the oven. Second, crepe batter. Blend 1 cup flour, 1 egg and half cup of milk. Fresh crepes all week. Perfect for the color pop lunchbox that you can find in my book. Third, energy balls, my favorite. Blend 6 dates, 1 tablespoon of nut butter, 1/4 cup of oats and a pinch of salt. My blender failed, so I used a food processor. Painful, but it worked. Roll into balls, optionally coat in desiccated coconut and store in the fridge. Soft, chewy, and great for school energy. You will find them in the sweet and savory lunchbox in my book. Time to prep some grains, your mix and match base. Quinoa, bulgur, pasta, couscous and orzo. Start with quinoa. Rinse it well to remove bitterness. For bulgur, there are 2 types, fine and coarse. I had the fine one, so I just soaked it in hot water. Pasta, couscous and orzo are boiled and drained separately. Rinse pasta and orzo to prevent stickiness. Once everything cools, mix with olive oil and lemon juice. This mix keeps for 3 to 4 days and forms the base for power, Turkish, pasta party, couscous garden and Mediterranean lunchboxes that you can find in my book. And finally, something warm and gentle. Lentil soup. Boil red lentils, onion and carrot in warm water for 20 minutes. Blend it smooth and store it in jars. This is a must-have when kids come home tired or on colder days. It's also great in a thermos lunchbox. I'm gonna use them for soup and side lunchbox that you can find in my book. And the last one, egg prep. Eggs save the day, always. Boiled eggs, pretty self-explanatory. 1 egg, 10 minutes, done. Egg muffins, they are my favorite. Whisk 3 eggs with chopped veggies. This time I used spring onion and some cherry tomatoes. Add cheese if you would like, not very necessary. And season with salt and pepper. Pour into silicone muffin molds and bake at 180 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes. These keep in the fridge all week. I will use them in the eggy lunchbox. And there you have it. 6 smart batches done in one Sunday afternoon. From these, you can build 20 different lunchbox meals without stress, without panic. If you want all 20 lunchbox ideas, each with full recipes, prep tips, allergy information, and even printable surprise notes and games for your kids, check out my book, 20 Smart Lunchbox Ideas for Busy Parents. And remember, your Sunday can be peaceful and powerful. Thanks for watching and happy prepping!